Architectural photography captures the details, angles, and lines that make buildings unique. What's up, folks? Raf here, and whether you're a budding photographer or want to just up your Instagram game, these architectural photography tips will help you take your shots from meh to magnificent. Number 1, have proper photography equipment. If you want to take great photos of architecture, having the right photography equipment is crucial. While you don't necessarily need the most expensive gear on the market, you want to ensure you have a camera that can capture high-quality images. Look for a camera that's within your budget, as well as lenses that are well suited for that camera. Invest in a tripod to help stabilize your shots and reduce camera shake. Also, consider bringing along a polarizing filter to help reduce glare and enhance the colors in your photos. With the right equipment, you'll be well on your way to capturing stunning images of the built environment. Number 2, do your research. If you're photographing a famous landmark, be sure to do your research. Ensure you completely understand your subject and dig up some of its history. Knowing its history will help you understand the initial construction and what you should focus on your architectural photographs. Doing your research will also give you an idea of how you want to tell your building or structure story. Number 3, use the weather to your advantage. You should be able to take many photos of buildings and structures during different weather elements. Use the weather to your advantage and let it help you tell a story. If you're shooting an old and eerie looking church, try taking that photograph on a gloomy or cloudy day. Let's use the church for another example. What about a gorgeous cathedral with wondrous stained glass windows? Try shooting that during a sunny day. Weather does come into play when you're setting the mood for your architectural photograph. Number 4, different times of the day will also help tell your story. One of the greatest things about architecture photography is that you can use different times of the day to help you tell a story through your images. For example, shooting cityscapes at night can create a sense of the hustle and bustle, with all of the lights of the buildings and streets contributing to a vibrant atmosphere. On the other hand, capturing a sleepy beach town building at sunrise can convey a sense of calm and serenity with the soft light and pastel colors. As the sun moves across the sky, the light and shadows in buildings will change, offering different moods and perspectives to play with. By being mindful of the time of day and how it affects the light and shadows, you can use your photography to tell a rich and nuanced story about the places you're shooting. Number 5, you're going to need good lighting. When it comes to architectural photography, lighting is everything. Even the most beautiful buildings can look dull and unimpressive without good lighting. One of the best times to shoot architecture is during golden hour, the hour after sunrise or before sunset, when the light is warm and soft. But even if you can't shoot during this time, there are still ways to make the most of the available light. Pay attention to how the light falls on the building, and consider using specific filters or diffusers to help you manipulate the light and create the mood you're looking for. You might also want to experiment with different types of artificial lighting, such as street lights or interior lights, to create unique atmospheres in your shots. Whatever approach you take, remember that good lighting is critical to capturing the essence and beauty of architecture in your photographs. Number 6, people are sometimes good. Although people can be a nuisance when taking architectural photographs, you can always try to use them to tell your building's story. Typically, it's frowned upon in architectural photography to include people in your photos. Some photographers think that people spoil the image. However, you can only sometimes control if people will be near your subject, so you should try using that to your advantage. If you take a picture of a famous landmark, you may have a crowd. You can use those people to tell the popularity of the structure, or even showcase the grandeur and height of a skyscraper by showing a person near it. Number 7, play with your angles. When capturing the perfect shot of a building or structure, it's essential to experiment with different angles and positions of your camera. Moving around and trying out different viewpoints allows you to discover new perspectives on the same subject and create a more dynamic series of photos. For example, you might try shooting from a low angle to emphasize the height and grandeur of a skyscraper, or from a high angle to show the building's relationship to the surrounding landscape. Getting close to the building or stepping back to take in the entire structure can also create different effects. Be bold and try out unusual angles or vantage points, as you might discover unexpected beauty or exciting details that you wouldn't have noticed otherwise. By playing with your angles and experimenting with different positions, you can add depth and variety to your architecture photography. Number 8, put emphasis on details. One of the challenges of architectural photography is capturing the full beauty and complexity of a building or structure. Often we can easily miss the intricate and unique details that make a building truly special when we try to capture it in its entirety. Examining your subject and looking for interesting details that might take time to be apparent is essential. Using a zoom lens can be particularly effective in honing in on those details and exposing the unique construction and design elements that might be hidden from view. For example, you might zoom in on a particular section of a building to capture the intricate patterns of the facade or focus on a specific element, such as a door or window, to highlight its design. By emphasizing details and using your zoom lens to explore the subject, you can create a series of photos that showcase a building or structure more intimately and engagingly. And lastly, number 9, tap into your editing skills. Remember all the neat things you can do to a photograph during the post-processing stage. Although you don't want to overdo it with edits, you can use many editing tools to enhance an otherwise gorgeous architecture shot. You can use programs like Photoshop, Lightroom, or Capture One to edit your photos. Utilize the lens correction, crop, and color tools through these programs. And hopefully these tips will help you enhance your architectural photographs if you feel you've been missing something. If it did, please be sure to give this video a like and subscribe. Just like how people have emotions, you can capture them through a camera, you can also do that with the history and story of architecture. This is Raf from BNC Camera, and I'll see you in another insightful video. Bye now.